A long-distance cyclist is recovering in a Vancouver hospital tonight after an unthinkable and seemingly random attack. In the middle of the night, during an event that pushes cyclists to their mental and physical limits, Craig Premack was shot, leaving him requiring surgery and a small community on edge. Chris Brown has the details.
Craig Premack's blood is dried into the side of a BC highway, the aftermath of a scary attack early Sunday morning.
Well, essentially, he just said, he was going along and all of a sudden he saw some flashes, right? He saw 4 flashes. He said the third flash hit him.
Fellow cyclist Bob Lepage and his wife Deirdre were about 20 minutes behind Premack when they came across him at the side of the road, clutching a shattered elbow.
And he said, "I've been shot." That's what I heard. So I said, "Oh God!" My stomach just, my heart actually just sank to my stomach. So I just pulled over right away. I put some lights on him, and then I just saw the blood everywhere.
There were about 40 cyclists out that night, part of BC's Randonneur Club, a group that takes on grueling rides. This one was 600 kilometers from the Lower Mainland up the Fraser Canyon to Cache Creek and back again, a 40-hour test of endurance and sleep deprivation.
This is Craig Premack from
54-year-old Premack was a seasoned athlete. His friends said he seemed to know exactly what to do when he was injured.
He hadn't lost consciousness, that was obvious. He'd actually taken his cycling tights and wrapped it around his arm tight, to staunch the flow of blood. So, so he was with it. He was coherent.
Today, the head of the cycling club was at a loss over why someone would ambush a cyclist at 1 in the morning.
This person parked their vehicle, went and hid behind a concrete barrier, and then waited.
After firing off the 4 rounds, it appears the shooter simply left Premack at the side of the road and got into a pickup truck and headed back towards Spence's Bridge.
So it's very concerning. It appears to be essentially random.
No wonder people in Spence's Bridge say they're on edge.
And this is probably the biggest thing around town right now is that feeling of, you think you'd be safe living in a place like this, right? And then it ends up that, no, these things happen.
We spoke to Craig Premack in his hospital room earlier today. He told us he had surgery in his elbow, and although he appeared to be in some pain, he said he was fine, but didn't know when he'd be released. Chris Brown, CBC News, Vancouver.